Hello and welcome to ReCall The Midwife. We are a fan podcast where we watch an episode of Call The Midwife and talk about it. Today we are watching Series 14, Episode 2. I'm Alex.
I'm Becky.
I'm Jen. Quick reminder that this week's episode deals with infidelity, homelessness, serious mental illness, and grief and loss. So if these topics are ones you'd prefer to skip this time, we understand and hope you join us for the next one.
Trixie cares for Arlene Brewer, an expectant mother who has just been released from the Lynchmere. Arlene is struggling with her mental health and stops taking her medication to protect her unborn baby. There's an outbreak of gonorrhea in Poplar, and Miss Higgins and Sheila turn Miss Marple. Violet is preparing to retire as mayor, and Rosalind is volunteering at the homeless shelter where she tries to help Douglas. Phyllis cares for an expectant Cypriot mother called Zita. Zita and Mehmet have been reunited in the UK but are rocked by a gonorrhea diagnosis. We went all a bit blunt at the end.
Fine, that's absolutely fine. It's true.
Hey, listen, that's what happened, okay? And we got to just speak the truth
and
about...
that's not on you. That's on Mehmet.
Oh my God, Mehmet, who literally the second she brought it up, he was like, "What? Stop saying this. Stop talking about this. I'm going out." And then he grabbed, it's like, sir.
His wife was so good looking as well.
They were
Oh my
both
God, yeah.
They were,
Yeah.
but she was incredible. She looked like someone from Eurovision.
Well, the thing is, you could, I don't know that I don't think, it didn't look like she was wearing that much makeup, and I thought they have purposefully taken all of it away in order to make her look, quote, like normal, because I agree, she was so beautiful.
Yeah, but do you
if
think...
they had glammed her up at all, she would have been like a 10 out of 10, like,
Did she remind you of anyone?
I don't know.
No.
I was trying to pretend it was me. I was joking. Right.
I knew that's what you were hinting. Alex,
God,
can
no.
you tell Alex is still in a Eurovision bubble?
Oh, yeah.
I loved it so
That
much.
time of year again.
I know there's difficulties, but I can't not watch Eurovision, and I just love it. I just think it's such a shame it's been politicized, but I love it so much.
It should really be a
Love Island was
way.
on this year.
It should be a way that the world comes together. But like all things lately, we're kind of struggling with that. So
yeah. Anyway, also I'm a little bit drunk, guys. I had a pint before. And
Whoa.
I don't really drink anymore. And
oh my God,
I'm a little bit drunk. I'm really tired. So this might collapse halfway through. Just saying. Right, should we start
train
first?
is teetering on the rails. Yep.
Which one are we doing first? We're doing Arlene Brewer, or should we be talking about Zita?
Oh, wait, while we're deciding, Bex, you make the decision. I'm just going to say really quickly, you both know this already, but I am neck deep in Tobbs, the other Bennett sister. It's been airing in the UK. I've watched 4 episodes. The 5th episode is out, but I'm saving it because I need it to be like a touchstone in my life. I'm giving
you a spoiler warning. It will be.
Oh my God, I'm already so deep in, and I don't even know, like, nothing's so much has happened, and yet so little has happened, and I just cannot wait until we are going to talk about this.
I think people should watch it in front of the mirror and just look at themselves absolutely losing their mind with happiness to it. I'm just there like, ha ha ha!
Oh my God, you would
loving
see a
it
woman,
the whole way through.
You would see a woman just falling in love, because I am just so in love with it. I have so much to say. I cannot wait until we talk about it. It is going to be such a treat to do like a little mini series on it. Oh, girls.
Now, on a different subject.
Yes, let's change the subject. Yes.
Let's talk about Zita and Mehmet and the gonorrhea outbreak.
Now, I will say Mehmet was very muscly, so maybe that's part of their compatibility as a couple, because he was in tight t-shirts the whole time.
I mean, I don't normally go for people who've got gonorrhea. That's, it's
yeah, but
normally
you can't tell
flag.
that by looking at him, so...
Yeah. True.
Yeah, no, he was very handsome as well. He kind of had like a muscle man kind of quality, like almost like, you know what I mean? Like, who am I thinking of? Somebody in that, well, no, muscly man, but you know how there are like people in that time period that they make a persona of being like almost like how The Rock is now, where like,
right, like
you know what I mean?
Like the classic iconic muscle man.
Yes,
circuses and stuff.
Yeah, like wearing like tight t-shirts and all that kind of stuff. Like he had that kind of a look to him.
Their love was forbidden because she was from Cyprus and he was from Turkey.
Yeah. Or wait, I thought they were both from the same place, but she was on one side and he was on the other.
No, he was Turkish.
Oh, I thought they were both from Greece, though. Maybe I'm wrong.
She was Greek.
I know she's one and he's the other, but I thought they were from the same place as how they met.
She was definitely Turkish. He was sorry, other way around. He was Turkish. She was Cypriot.
Well, there's a lot of tension in that area.
Yes.
And they're essentially on two sides of the divide.
It was kind of like it was like a mixed marriage in a way, if you want to say that.
Their families have kept them apart. He's been shipped off to the UK apparently to keep them apart, and he's spent 3 months in the UK without her. She's then
Girls, 3 months only, 90 days, okay?
He thought he was never going to see her again, Jen. He thought he was never going to see her again.
I don't want to hear it. And
they weren't married at that point. He was still a free agent, technically.
He was?
Yeah, they weren't married.
But then, okay, then maybe I don't understand the timeline of this, because she's like 8 months pregnant. Like...
No, right, hang on. So he was over in here, in London on his own without her. His
3 months.
3 months, sorry. His foreman, because I was saying foreman, see, bit drunk. A foreman took him to this brothel, right?
Okay.
And then she turns up in London, loves young dream, they get married ASAP. Like soon as, then she gets pregnant.
Boom, pregnant.
He only went with the sex worker once.
Okay, so they were not even together. He thought that he had left her behind, like
he thought he'd never see her again.
Oh, so they had no thought of like, I'm gonna go to London, you join me, like
no.
It was okay. So she just showed
still
up
found him
unexpectedly.
And knocked on his door despite not having an address, because there's only 3 people in London.
Yeah,
he thought he was never going to see her again, so turned to a sex worker.
Well, can I just say though, like that actually really helps me a lot, because honestly, I thought he was a dastardly deeder, and that tainted my impression. So now, actually, in hindsight, I look back, so I'll save my
I don't think it's so wholesome to go to a brothel anyway, but
no, it's definitely not. And honestly, the whole brothel part of it really I don't know. Is there a more like PC term for that? I don't know. But anyways, that whole part of the storyline was honestly very sad, because the young woman that Phyllis found, that was the sex worker that had to
Sally's mum.
That had to meet with these people. Well, not Sally's mom, but then the other girl that was the young girl who had kind of, I can't remember if she was, but she said, "Oh, well, he's always my favorite." Like, no.
Yeah, that's what she's not his favorite. We've not. Can I just say, guys, we've not recorded for a few weeks, and we are rusty.
So we're just forgive the we're.
And it's late at night on a Friday. Jen's just got in from work. She looks very posh. We've been up for hours, like we're knackered. I've had a pint. It's going really well.
She's not. He's okay. He says to her, "You're my favorite." That's what it is. So she is his favorite, and so he always picks her whenever he comes. And then he brings these men from his work, and then she has to do her work with these gentlemen as well. But the thing is, I know we'll get into it, but the man that is the supervisor, they like show him in the episode. He's horrifying, okay?
Yeah, and he treats her horribly.
He looks like
he's nasty.
His face is all like picky bits, you know what I mean? Like as if someone's been scratching too much in certain spots. He looks so greasy. He looks so gross. I mean, he's really like, he looks the villain in every way, and very yucky. I
didn't even think he looked that bad. It was more like his aggression, the way he was like,
his
if you don't go, you'll not get paid. I know exactly who you are. Which actually was actually very good, because it did work.
But why is he so bent on getting everyone to go see these sex workers?
I don't know. And he also tells her that he was in the army and he knows like a dozen ways to kill her.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty bad.
I don't know why he was so hell-bent on getting all of his staff.
Maybe because he's like, oh, I'm looking after you. I'm looking after you. Men who are happy, satisfied in that are like docile and will work for me.
Maybe it stops them, keeps them on the straight and narrow, stops them drinking. And
you know what? It's like Alex Ferguson. He used to get all the Man United men to get this. That makes it sound like I'm accusing Alex Ferguson of going to brothels. No, I'm not bloody saying he's about brothels. He really encouraged his squads to have steady long-term girlfriends and wives and stuff. He really encouraged it. He thought it calmed them down and made them happy, and if they were settled at home, they'd be better for playing.
Well, do you just think that like men are basically like wild animals, essentially?
I mean, like, I work with mostly men, and I'll agree with that statement.
Like, as long as they're like fed and have water and a bed and it's just like, oh my god, it's like, you guys, gee whiz.
Now, did anybody think when Eric Wilson, a young teen, came into the clinic with gonorrhea, did anybody think that he'd been messing around with Mehmet?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know that I thought that.
Because
I don't know what I thought, to be honest.
I thought that when Mehmet actually gets cut out, because Zita thinks that they've only been with each other. So when,
bearing in mind, he's so sketchy as well, isn't he?
Yeah. So when she finds out that she's caught gonorrhea and he's obviously been with somebody and he's like, there's nobody. I thought it was one of those situations where Mehmet and Eric had been
like secretly gay.
It's like, it doesn't count because
Or bi, I
It's a
guess.
young
'cause
boy. I was like, this is really
that's also like
inappropriate.
that's really taking a turn. Like to go
Yeah,
from
no,
like
exactly.
cheating
No,
on your
that's
wife
where
to
my
like
mind.
having like, gay sex with an underage, man, I was like, oh well, we've really
Well, I was about to say it's not underage, but actually it definitely was then. But also, I
Yeah,
also thought it exactly the same, Bex.
But he
I
had
didn't.
visited the same brothel on his brother's stag do,
Yeah, classic.
So wait,
bachelor's party.
the teenage boy, it was a
Uh,
bachelor party thing? Is that what it was?
Yeah,
what's it called in America? Bachelorette. Oh, I hate that.
yeah. But what's a man's one called?
Bachelor.
Bachelors.
Bachelor's.
It's not as nice as Stag and Hen, I think. Yeah.
So
I don't know that I would have the same disgust that you seem to have for it, Alice. Like not really that offensive of a
I think 'cause
name.
it's so. I think because it's so like about the man, it just made me angry.
I know. Well, so much is about
Also, that
men.
conversation Phyllis first had with Zita when she was trying to explain to her, like about the fact that she had gonorrhea, like she didn't understand, and she's so beautiful and innocent looking, and looking at her like with these massive, beautiful eyes. She's like, "Well, I don't understand. I've only been with him, and he's only been with me."
And Phyllis is like, well,
Phyllis
clearly
was
not,
very
babe, because
Hey.
you're trying to close the loop and I can't close it. So, oh no. Although I will say for a minute, especially when the teenage boy came in, I was like, okay, this is gonna sound stupid. I'm not stupid. All right, I know what gonorrhea is. I know
Hang on,
how
is she? Is she? Are we going to be spreading misinformation here, guys?
No, I'm not spreading this. I'm
Can we
I'm
talk
talking
about tetanus?
I'm talking about my own silliness in here because I watched the end of the
So you're
day
going to talk about
yesterday.
your own gonorrhea. Edit that out.
Thankfully, no, I am not. I don't have to worry about that. But no, I know how it's transmitted and obvious 100%. But I will say for me, I kind of went the other way that you guys went because when the teenage boy came in and they said he had gonorrhea, I was like, wait a minute. Do I know how this is transmitted? I really like he seemed too innocent and young for what I was like
Whereas
thinking
me
of.
and
And
Bex were like, he's been having.
well, I was like, maybe he didn't do what I think he did. What I think he did.
No,
And I thought, is this one of those things where, because like in my head, this is what I was thinking. This was good. You know how HIV can be transmitted outside of sexual activity because there's other ways that it can be.
Touching toilet seats and stuff.
Well, no, obviously not. And I was like, maybe this is one of those things where, we had some, anyways. All is to say, I was just misinformed. It did turn out to be exactly what we all thought, and unfortunately, that led to some hard truths for these
But
folks.
I will say, me and Becky were right insofar as we weren't right at all. But it was because he was so denying it, Mr. Mehmet. He just denying, getting really angry. And poor Zita, like she's really pregnant. She's got gonorrhea, and he's being all angry and denying it and all that. But it was really weird. It made you think, has he got a deep dark secret? Yeah, he did have a deep dark secret. He went to a brothel once, which is awful.
But just be honest.
Just mess up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's what's hard about it. I understand why he didn't want to tell her when she showed up, and I get that. But once the truth is coming out, you got to say something. You got to be like, babe, listen.
Health professionals, like Miss Higgins, turned up at his house, his flat, and
oh my god, that scene
absolutely bloody loved it.
That scene was crazy, though. He was like, "You have to get out of here now," and she was like,
"The awkward acting,
was
absolutely bloody sublime."
That felt so staged by both of them. I really had to laugh. I was like,
I was absolutely lolling.
But did anybody pick up on Dr. Turner's pearls of wisdom?
Oh yes, I did. Do you want them?
Sometimes sometimes when you get lucky, you get unlucky.
Well, it starts with as well though. You know, lad. Sometimes when you get lucky, you get unlucky, right? Ha ha ha! Amazing, like one of the best things I've ever heard. And also when he said, "Do you want to tell your parents about this?"
And he's like, "No, I'm in enough pain.
I'm in enough pain already." Bloody love it.
And Dr. Turner was like, "Ha ha 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 ha." Mission accomplished. Oh, I did like that though.
I thought, lovely misogyny all together.
Oh god, it just was
I did love though. Did you see the BCG?
Yes.
I thought he's a bit late to be having BCG. I think about 13. That's why at first I thought it was really sinister because I thought he was 13, but then they were like, "Oh, he's 16."
That went over my head. What's BCG?
We've spoken about this. Do you remember when the Chidozis, they had the test on their wrist for...
Oh, yes.
Yes, and then you have the BCG.
Oh, the vaccination on your arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Alex has got one of these.
Oh, there you go, little dot.
No, it's not little. It's bloody huge.
It's huge.
This one.
Oh,
I can't see.
Look at that big. No, it's the big white scar underneath the freckle.
It's not that big.
It is
No,
big
it
if
is.
you've seen it.
It is big.
I know,
It's
but
like
in the
one
grand
penny.
scheme of no, it's not that big. In the grand
It
scheme,
is.
listeners, it's not. Okay, it may be. Everything is relative. It's not as big as a penny. I'm sure it's not.
Actually, it used to be as big as a penny. It's smaller now.
It's as big as an old. I don't know what this coin is.
Farthing? I mean, it's not. Anyway, so
All
do you know
right.
what I loved? The tracing system. It reminded me of COVID.
Yeah.
Like this is the most. I thought it was really good, but I loved Sheila and Miss Higgins' admin off.
Oh my God, when they were like, everyone come around, take this piece of paper and write down all your sexual partners on it. And they said it so loud in public, and all the guys were just like, oh.
But I thought it was really good the way it was really well planned. And then Sheila was like, I've got this list here, and Miss Higgins was like, I've got the pens. Like and the clipboards. And I just really, really, really loved it.
I know. Well, and I loved Miss Higgins too when she got, what's the lady's name again? The wife's name again?
Dita.
When she gets her paper back, they do the blood test, and she's sitting at her desk, and Dr. Turner walks in, and he's like, oh, like, good morning, Miss Higgins. And she's like, you won't believe what the documents say. And he's like, what? And she's like, this is gonorrhea. And then he's like, oh my, and it wasn't anything like that in the episode, but I just said it for dramatic effect. But she, of course, loves her record keeping, and she was like, it reveals something unexpected. And then, she has a very like, dun 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 type of.
Well, but also I feel like this episode was also quite a lot about Miss Higgins' journey, because Miss Higgins was very judgmental at first, very shocked by it. And then I think it was kind of an education for us through her eyes as well, for her. But her kind of realizing that these girls aren't doing it because they want to. These girls, this is happening, and it's something that they need to be protected from. And it's like at first I don't think she really realized that, and then as soon as she actually got into the groove and got into it all, she realized how she could actually help. And then that goes with all the whole thing at the end, that last scene as well, which we'll talk about.
Well, because doesn't the mom that they first meet when they go to the thing, she says something about, being broke and like, this is the best way I can make money for my family.
Yeah.
Which is kind of hard to hear, honestly.
Well, it's really, really sad. But Miss Higgins, actually, I think Miss Higgins also did a brilliant job, because I think she did look quite judgmental at first and stuff as well. But then, actually, I think she really did make amends, because she did a really good job telling Sally's mum that Sally deserves a mother who is well. And, what if we were to bring the clinic here? It was her idea to test and treat everyone at the actual place of the work, because, she knew that it was going to be not traumatic. What's the word? Well, yeah, it would have been traumatic, but, it would have been
embarrassing.
Yes.
Challenging.
Also, like, if you can't put
stigmatized
a placard outside and put gonorrhea clinic, can you?
No, exactly.
Well, and it's just hard, because you don't want everyone knowing your private business, and especially like there a lot of the judgment that you can get from people about what you've done and everything. So the fact that they went to them, I think, says a lot about their ability to really like meet people where they are. The only thing that's sad is just thinking like, well, anyway, I won't say that because I don't want to spoil anything. But yeah, I'm glad they were able to provide that community support.
But the fact that they were like bloody detectives, like the splenectomy scar, and they're looking for the factory foreman.
Now, so they discover that he's got this curved scar underneath his ribs. They decide, Dr. Turner deduces it was a splenectomy, which is very rare. Then they go through their records to identify him. Now, I don't know if you could do that nowadays.
I don't think you could do it them days, if I'm quite frank.
Yeah, it just seems a bit.
Well, you kind of wonder if this is like violating some kind of HIPAA law or something like that.
Yeah, just like.
Yeah, but also he probably most likely wouldn't have had it around there. He wouldn't be on the books there at their surgery. Like, it just doesn't. Do you know what I mean?
I know. There's so many things that are kind of like magically all working out. You know what I mean? It's like in a town like London where, it's funny because Miss Higgins gives the A to Z, and then it turns out that the person that they're looking for is 2 blocks away from the other person they're investigating. You know what I mean? Like it's all like very conveniently small worldish
it's like,
when they need it to
there's only one brothel in Tower Hamlets. Pretty sure there wasn't. I'm pretty sure there isn't still.
Yeah, those ladies were working full time and more.
Oh yeah. Although, do you remember? It did take me back to that scene. Do you remember when we first read the grimmest books in the world?
God.
When we read them, and there was the scene where the girl who was basically Mary was based on just saw this whole loads of men with one woman in there.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh gosh, it was horrible, and you just like, oof.
Yeah. I mean, no, God, I barely want to talk about it, but like thinking about having to go through some of those things, it just, oh, I don't know how, I don't, yeah.
Do you know what scene I did love?
What?
When Miss Higgins was a right badass. You know, when they went to, so Sheila and Miss Higgins go to the factory with the foreman and basically shout at the foreman, being like, you know, you took your people to this brothel and I want you to get it sorted. And the foreman sorts it and he's like, tells everyone you'll lose a week's pay if you don't do it. All right, amazing.
Mm.
Mr. Demir going straight up to Miss Higgins and taking the form, and she's like, oh. How? The one you completely denied to my face and that threw me out, but actually, I look at you now. Look at you now. And he was all sheepish.
I
Loved
know,
it.
I know. He knew the truth was coming out. He was so guilty. He was so guilty from day one. I mean, the
I
poor
can
guy.
lying to your wife a bit because you just want her to not think of you like that. But Miss Higgins, a health professional, has come. He doesn't know she's not like actually a health professional. He doesn't know she's in reception, but he, you know, she's not a nurse. But the
Yeah.
point is, you know, she's come around in that capacity, and you're still shouting and denying it. I just think, come on, mate.
Also, it's like the game's up. You're never
Yeah.
gonna like you're never gonna wriggle out of this.
Well, also, like,
Well,
if you're not actually going to get treated for it, you're still going to have it, and then you're going to give it to your wife again. So,
well, exactly. And the thing is, the young guy, I can't remember what his name was, but the young guy who like quote got
Eric,
unlucky. Yeah, I mean, he was already starting to have health consequences. You know, he was like,
yeah.
I think he said it hurts when he pees or whatever.
What did he say? Like something
Like
glass.
being glass.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, which by the way
Oh,
sounds absolutely horrible, but I mean, you got to think even if he let's say Demir wasn't there yet, he was on his way. I mean, he couldn't have had it. You know, like there's only one way it's going to go. Like, well, I think there's only one way it's going to go. I don't think you can have like sleeper cell gonorrhea for years and years and years on the down low and not realize it. You know what I mean? Like I think it was going to get worse for him too. So, and then the baby could have been affected, which is what their concern was and all that. I mean, it just
well, let's talk about that. So, Mr. Demir tells the truth to Zita just as she's
I
going into labour. Like,
as she's
amazing timing.
oh,
I
like
mean,
of all pick your times, bloody hell.
I'd be like, I don't want to hear it right now. I
I
don't
mean,
we
it's
can't.
it's it's emotionally horrendous enough without finding out he's got gonorrhea from a brothel. Right? So
I
she's
know.
pushing whilst crying. It's just awful. It's just the most
Oh,
horrible.
poor thing.
Phyllis is there being like, go on, lass, right?
She's gonna be so dehydrated. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, it's true. It's
But
true
that's
though. It's
her
true.
problems.
That's like I feel right now because I had a pint. And then it's not actually not. Oh, actually no, maybe. Anyway, so boy, she has a boy. Everything's great. She's like, I love him. I love him. It was really cute seeing everything was nice, right?
Mm.
And then the dad comes in and he's like, oh, he's all beautiful, right? And Phyllis was all smiling. Go on, make up with your gonorrhea-ridden husband. Like it was just really annoying. Like, you know, like sometimes Phyllis is there telling people to, oh, go on, forgive that philanderer. It was just weird.
I know, but I just think I think Phyllis knows that this is just how it is.
Oh,
No, I think we've reached minute 49 in the episode, and it's like we've got to wrap this up somehow because existential crisis at the end of this marriage is not gonna work.
well,
Like
she
you
was like,
always
I'm
say,
coming
Al,
back
like
to the house. I'm coming back to the flat, and you so you can be a dad to him, but you've got to earn being my wife. And I thought, you're just coming back.
yeah, I
And
don't,
being my
yeah,
husband.
Yeah.
yes.
Well, we're both getting treated for gonorrhea that he gave us.
Oh God, I know. That's yeah. To be honest with you, it's one of those things where oh my God, I feel so. I don't know what the right word. Maybe old-fashioned or something for saying this, but it's like it's not that he slept with a prostitute. It's the fact that he lied over and over and over again about it. Like obviously the prostitute is not.
I'm not too happy about the first
Not
part.
prostitute. Not prostitute. I'm saying like the fact that he slept with a sex worker is real. That's not great. Okay, like I'm not
If you're
pro
gonna
that.
do
I'm not
it,
loving
be honest
that.
about it to
But
Jen.
just yeah,
Yeah.
if you're lying to me, lying
No,
is
I know what you mean.
it's a character issue, right? Like it's that's where the problem is.
Yeah, but also the way he dealt with the whole thing, he was dead angry and just walking out. Like he wasn't talking
Exactly.
about it. He wasn't confronting anything.
Exactly.
Oh, I do tell the odd white lie.
Like what?
You're like Sister Veronica.
Like someone will be like, I'll have to be somewhere at a certain time, and someone will ring me and be like, "You on your way?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just at the school, and I'm nowhere. I haven't left yet."
Oh, but that's that's not that bad.
No, yes, it is. You two. Do you know what? We've spoken about this. You two are terrible for being late and it's awful.
Well,
know.
I
And
know.
that's not
I mean,
forgivable.
I agree. You're right. I
If
shouldn't
anything,
have
guys,
this
it's
behavior.
worse than having gonorrhea, just saying.
I would just say lying about a venereal disease is slightly worse than lying about being on your way to a get
It's on a
together.
par.
They're the exact same. They're the exact same thing. No difference.
If
No
anything,
difference.
yours is worse.
Oh my God. Yes.
So basically, we just assume that those carried on and have more beautiful children together.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, they were apart when he did sleep with the sex worker.
Yeah, they were.
Apologies that we've constantly slipped up talking about sex workers.
Oh, and called them other un-PC names.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, that's what they were called in those days, though.
Yeah. Different time.
Well, we keep
Maybe
correcting ourselves, which says we're trying. I mean, like, you know, I'm trying. I want to make sure I use the right terminology. And I certainly, none of us mean to offend anyone.
Yeah, of course we don't. God,
Yeah.
so it's free, guys. So, shall we talk
so
about
it works
Arlene?
out and they figure out all the, they take care of everybody.
Now, Arlene, I thought when I first saw her, and every other scene when I first saw her, and then I remembered, I thought she had that hairstyle that was like a shaved head and then a fringe.
Oh, where it's like shaved on the side?
Yeah.
And then she has the hair. Oh, yeah. What makes
Now,
you
if
think
you
that,
watch
though?
it again after I've just said that to you, you will know exactly what I mean. Because her hair
Okay.
was so pulled back. Honestly, every scene I thought it was that.
It was very
Yeah.
pulled back. You are right about that.
So we meet Arlene Brewer, and it's her first pregnancy.
Oh, girls.
She
Arlene's been
arrives
through
at
the
clinic
ringer.
with a suitcase.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Miss Higgins again. Miss Higgins was absolutely amazing in this episode. She was going, "There's badminton in there at the moment. We'll have to. I'm afraid I cannot admit you until they've all left, and then it's been thoroughly aired."
But it's the way she comes out and she just breathes the fresh air.
So, but at first,
Yes.
so Arlene seems like a nervous mum who
Yes.
has just moved there, and that's all you think of at the time. She just, she seems quite, what's the word? She seems lovely, really genial, but just seems a bit nervy.
Yeah,
But you think it's because of the baby.
Well, she's not sure of her address.
Yeah.
She seems a bit discombobulated,
She's
that's
a bit,
for sure.
when they ask what her previous doctor's name is, she's a little bit guarded.
Yeah, a bit cagey. And then she says she's got to have the baby at St Cuthbert's, but never
Yeah.
elaborates on it. And Trixie's been assigned to her. And basically it comes out that she's just been released from the Linchmere Psych Hospital. And she was in...
wait a minute. I was wrong. The dun 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 moment that I was talking about earlier, I think it was when Dr. Turner came in and said, "Oh, we've gotten her records. Miss whatever her name is. She like
Brewer.
Dr. Walt Miss Brewer, like her doctor isn't like a regular doctor, like she was being treated at the Linchmere." That's what the dun 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 moment was. I got it wrong.
Yes,
I got it
it's
wrong.
a psychiatrist.
Yeah, and that's
she
when we
was in
figure
for
out
4
that
months.
she
Yeah, with manic depression and she was on lithium.
Yeah, she's
which
been,
I think is now bipolar. Although I don't actually think she has based on the way she was behaving. I think something else. I think maybe it was like schizoaffective or psychosis or something like that. So I mean, maybe something else was happening there. But
she's on lithium, which is quite an experimental drug at the time.
Yeah,
they don't know how it's going to affect the pregnancy, which they don't handle that particularly sensitively, considering.
Yeah,
I mean, even for a mother who doesn't have any mental health issues, that's just typical male
girls.
doctor.
This is a tough storyline, you guys. That's a really tough one.
well, Joyce and Trixie were talking about this. Well, I'll just skip to the end. I'm not skipping to the end. I'm just now this second about the fact that there's hardly any research at all. Like she can't find anything on psychiatric disorders and pregnancy and anything to do with medication on pregnancy and anything. She can't find a thing. And Trixie's, obviously trying to, which I really admired by her, trying to read up to try and help her as much as she can. And then she's literally, there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing. So,
So when they get Arlene's notes, they say that she's got manic depression, and they say it mentions that she's been talking to a dead relative. Then we see her sat in a waiting room and a little girl comes through and drops her doll. And this little girl's mum mentions the fact that she's going to be a big sister now. And Arlene says to her how lovely that she's going to be a big sister and how she's just learning to live without hers.
Yeah, and it's like a glimpse into why she was admitted, I thought, that when they showed that. But she's like, "You're luckiest. It's so lucky. It's the best thing in the world." And you're like, "Oh, bless you."
Yeah.
And then she goes into the doctor, and he's the nice doctor who we have seen before, and he was quite nice because he was obviously at the the Isle of Dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
mhm.
he's better than most of the consultants we've seen so far. But so he was basically like, no, you're not breastfeeding. You can't breastfeed because you can't breastfeed because you're on lithium. We don't know what it does to you or the baby, to your milk or the baby. So you're
He
not doing it.
basically instills her with fear that the lithium's going to affect her baby. And that really is the turning point for her. Up until that point,
She seemed to be
Mhm.
coping quite well, and
yeah.
obviously she's moved to a new place.
Well,
Then
she was doing okay. I wouldn't say
yeah,
great.
yeah.
I mean, she was still
Well, she was just
she,
bloody released into the wild, wasn't she? Really, from Lynchmere.
yeah, yeah. I agree. Oh, I agree. I don't think she had the support she really needed considering what she
You
was going
know,
through.
her set. Like her where she lived. Do you
Yeah, oh, we've
remember?
seen that unit so many times.
Yes. Well, it was the psychic who covered half her face. That was where she lived. Remember?
Yeah. Do you also remember the girl who kept on complaining about health problems so that she could have someone come and visit her? And then
Yeah.
and then
Oh, I
she
didn't
was
think it
like
was that one.
no, I think it was. She was like faking all the time.
Yeah, yeah, no, exactly which one you mean. Her house. I thought they maybe filmed it from another angle, and it's fooled me.
Well, I think they I think they made it like look like a bigger unit than it was. I think they
Right.
like extended it somehow. Like they because the elephant painting that they had that she did on the
That
wall.
beautiful elephant.
I
Yeah.
love
Well,
that.
it was beautiful to start and
Do you want me
then
to do one of your house bags?
No, but for nursery,
Oh, I didn't like it.
well,
I liked it until she turned it into just a gobbledygook wall and then I
I
was like,
preferred it better then. I
"Oh,
preferred it more
yeah."
then, guys.
I was like, no. Also, like it was kind of. I mean, again, I think they did a good job of portraying what she was going through. But I mean, her interaction with the guy at the paint store, where she was like, "Sell me all the paint you've got, big boy." Like it was very, I mean, like she was. You could tell she was really declining. Like she was really
yeah, she
declining.
became very,
Like sexually promiscuous, kind of
yeah, like
like
very
propositioning
outgoing.
Just
people.
unabandoned, wasn't she? She was
Well,
just
Yeah,
they were trying to illustrate that like she was acting inappropriately and that
yeah.
was really the it was like a sign that she wasn't
No
recognizing normal
impulse control.
boundaries and
Yeah.
she was kind of going all
But
over the
just
place.
before that, Trixie came round and said she knows, and she was building a really good rapport and reading up on lithium. Like she really had done her research and was trying to connect with her. And then
Hmm.
after all that, like I just thought, oh, that's so sad. She's really trying her hardest to help with all this, and she's just throwing the bloody lithium down the sink. I was just like, no.
Oh, I know.
And
But at
yeah,
that
so
point
she
you
goes
could
to get
tell
the paint from this
she was
little
declining.
thing that's not from Fred's, and she's really disheveled. She's up all night making this weird.
she thinks it's an amazing jungle scene with trees and tigers and the elephant.
Yeah.
Because
It's
she can kind of hear
actually,
those sounds in her
yeah,
head, yeah.
it's actually
Oh.
nothing like that.
And then she's talking about her sister Stella dying.
You guys, this was a really tough storyline, and I mean, I felt so bad for this lady because this is not a great time for her to be going through this historically. I mean, any time is not a great time to be going through this, but there's some treatments at this point, but not tons. I mean, again, they said it, but the research on, managing mental health care while you're pregnant is not, super great at this point. I mean, I still think there's probably a lot of deficits, if
You
I
know
did more
what?
research.
One of the
Like
mums from
she's just in the
school,
ringer, yeah.
she specializes, she's a midwife and she specializes in post like psychiatric care. So
Oh
she
wow.
she deals with people who are pregnant in treatment, but then she specializes mostly in visiting people after they've had it or helping them and their baby with psychiatric care and stuff. I thought it was really interesting.
Mm.
I mean, it sounds flipping challenging, but
Yeah.
so then Arlene turns up at the Mothercraft class, covered in pain, absolutely manic as hell. And Joyce is
Mm.
like, something's not right here. I'm like, yeah, you're bloody covered in pain, for God's sake. Like, look
Like you think? You think? Yeah.
Sherlock Holmes.
at something's not right. Do you think?
Like we all could have told you that for nothing, sweetie pie. Like don't worry about it.
So then Trixie goes round to her, psychic house that she lives in, where her face was covered.
Not psychic.
She was a psychic.
Oh, it was a literal psychic?
Yeah, that woman that Sister Monica Jones
Oh,
went to
sorry,
visit.
sorry. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. I was misunderstanding what you were saying. Okay, so she goes around to the flat where the girl is staying.
Yeah,
Yes.
and Arlene gets a bit angry and is listening to the jungle in her head. She's
Yeah, she's really
Trixie's
unwell.
painting the wall, and I do prefer the painting to the elephant. I'm just going to say it. Now, Trixie starts panicking a bit, and she's a bit like, I'm going to get the doctor because she can see she's in labour. She's got loads of pain.
Yes.
And she's like, I'm going to go to the doctor. You stay exactly where you are. I'm going to get the doctor. And what Arlene does is locks the
Locks
door
the door.
Behind her, yeah,
while she's in
unfortunately.
labour.
Yeah.
I do have to say, I absolutely bloody love the bit where Dr. Turner and Trixie broke in. Trixie broke in like she'd been doing it the whole of her life. Like not one bit of, not one bit of glass everywhere, anything like that. She was like, just kicked it in. Like she had the least secure room in the history of the world, Arlene Brewer. Just a bit of cardboard
Yeah.
in the window, kick in, gone. And it was the perfect size for an adult to get through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, and thank God she did, because I mean, otherwise it would have been bad news for them.
Well, true, true. But again, you know, when you just said before about like 9 minutes left in the episode, they were like, kick the door in quick.
Yeah, they're like, solve this problem fast.
So Trixie goes in one fell swoop. She kind of swoops through this tiny little bit in the window, then goes straight to the door in one movement, unlocks it for Dr. Turner, runs towards Arlene. It was like the most swift movement in the history of the world.
Yeah, and then just
So
like catches her baby as it falls out of her body, probably. Yeah.
no, because it wasn't push. So she was like, push as hard as you can, push as hard as you can. Now then she had problems pushing. So Dr. Turner, like this is what annoyed me as well. Trixie has been a midwife. She's done it for years, loads of different things. She's got
Yeah.
you know, someone she had to get someone to give birth on a ferry in this ridiculous position, like all this.
Mhm.
And Dr. Turner's like, try different positions. Why is she listening to him? She wouldn't need her
Oh,
at all.
Dr. Turner was not needed at this. Dr. Turner was there in a psychiatric capacity, not in a childbirth capacity
Well, exactly.
at all.
When Dr. Turner attends a birth, they're like, we need the doctor. Dr.
Yeah.
Turner comes in and he just stands in the background and watches them do it.
Or barks orders like, try a different position. Well, do you think I haven't thought of that?
Well, also, like, I'm just always amazed, and again, this is like about the show in general, but I'm always amazed that it's like, call like the one doctor we have, and he's just always going to be available. Like, just, oh, like, and also,
Apart from when he went camping, no one ever, or Africa, no one had babies that weekend.
Right, exactly. And also like this is also 1970. This is a time where no one has cell phones, none of that exists. He has to be close enough by a phone, never in transit, never in like, you know, at the shops, never, you know what I mean? Like he's just like
He does go to like the hospitals and stuff. He just, you know, he finds himself in loads of different positions, yet people can still always contact him.
Well, it's just like he's always so reachable. It's like how? How?
So
Oh my God.
Arlene
Wait,
Brewer-
actually, wait, hold on. I have to say this really quickly, just on that point. So my mom and I have been watching a show on Netflix. I highly recommend. It's called Legends. Okay, it's actually about.
I've heard it's good. It's got Steve Coogan in.
Yeah, he's really good actually at it. He's really,
What's
really
it
good.
about?
So, and it's got the guy from CB Strike. So I'll tell you what it's about. It's about the early 1990s drug wars in Britain, basically where heroin is coming in and they really want to stop it. And so kind of what the British government does in order to be able to try to break up this drug gangs and everything like that. So the name Legends
It's also got Charlotte Ritchie in it, guys.
Yeah, it's very, very good.
So it's a Call the Midwife reference. But carry on.
Yes. So it's got so Legends is what the term that they use for the secret undercover identities that the agents use when they're trying to infiltrate these drug gangs. Okay, so that's where you get the term Legends. But so this is and it's got Charlotte Ritchie. Yes, of course. Yeah. So that's CB Strike's wife in the show. She's the wife of one of the main
Can I
guys.
just say, guys, for everyone listening, Jen was like, yeah, it's got Charlotte Ritchie. You know, I'm not even at all listening to you or caring. And then she's realised that Charlotte Ritchie's Barbara as soon as she realised afterwards. She just was like, yeah, shut up, carry on.
No, but the thing is, what makes me laugh about her is that she's always playing somebody's like young wife. You know what I mean? Like she's always the mom of like a kid who's like 3, 5, 8, 10, 12 at most, you know, and whatever. Anyways.
Oh, they're making a ghosts film, you know.
What?
They're making a ghosts film.
What's film?
Ghosts.
Oh, ghosts. Oh, sorry. Okay, yes. Well, that's great.
What's film?
The way you said
Charlotte Ritchie, yeah, great. What's film?
This is what I heard. They're making her go film. And the words were not breaking up at the right place. I heard ghost film. And I was like, what's film? I was like, where is she going? But what you were saying was ghosts.
Yeah,
film.
And I was not getting that. Okay, so that's on me. That's on me. But anyway, so
also, can I just say really quick? Sorry, I did put this in the group, but we're being a bit giddy. I want to say a massive hello to Katie, who went to Lancaster with us.
Yes.
Not like with us, but with us
Well,
in that.
she was there. So she started the year after us.
Yeah.
So, well, you wouldn't have been there, Jen. But
Oh,
you would
that's
have been.
right.
Well, no,
That's
you
right.
did
I
come
would
over
have.
and stuff.
I
So
came
yeah,
back for visit, like long
yeah.
visits and stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so she'd have been like at the sugar house and stuff with us.
I
Yeah.
know. I'm liking to think that like we all danced with Katie and we just didn't know at the time that we were like
I can guarantee
future.
this, guys. I will 100% have spoken to her in a toilet at some point.
I'm sure. I'm sure that's right. I'm
That
sure
was just
that's
my
right.
MO. I was constantly just speaking to loads of different people in toilets.
Oh
That
my
sounded weird.
God.
Like girls, like in a nice way. That made it sound like I
Yeah,
was
well,
just
you
like,
know when like girls all go into the bathroom and you're all
yeah,
chatting and it doesn't matter if you don't never met each other in your life before, but you're like, my girlfriends, you know.
yeah, basically.
Yes, exactly. So anyway, so
Do you
back to
remember,
my
do you remember when we went to the toilets and these girls were coming out the toilets and they were like, there's this really weird girl in there. She just hissed at me like a cat.
That wasn't me, by the way, guys. Finish the story, Bex.
No, and then we were like, that sounds like our friend.
That was our friend, who's one of the most loveliest people you'll ever meet, the most mild-mannered, loveliest. But when she's drunk, she's an absolute psychopath. And she was
Oh,
hissing like a cat. She was like, and we were like, I don't want to say her name on here, but I'm sure she'd find it fine.
well,
Very
she had a
generic girl
real
name.
reputation as having an alter ego when she was drinking,
Oh
so
my God. Yeah, it was not
yeah,
good.
it
That
was
wasn't
not
me.
good.
That was not me.
No,
I
no,
was lovely
no.
when I drank.
It was
Now,
somebody else.
I
No,
mean,
wait,
she
but let me
says she was lovely when she drank.
so let me just say this thing. So we're watching this show and there's a scene where one of the characters is on a boat in the middle of like a waterway, okay? But not like not a waterway
A river?
like the Mediterranean Sea or something like that.
Right.
Like you know, like a very like this is not they're out in the middle of wherever.
Right.
And so we're watching it. Now, I think partly for the plot, but also partly
Were they on a film?
they were on a film. They were on a film. Yes, they were. But they have like they have cell phones in this movie, and I do think it's very early days of cell phones, but you know they have cell phones, so it's like okay, you know, calling cell phones and things like that. So the guy has his cell phone on the boat, and it rings, and he answers it, and my mom just immediately goes, "As if that phone would work." And she was just like, never in a million years. There's no way you'd get reception out there.
You know what?
Like, not,
Actually, there was better
yeah.
reception in the olden days than there is now because there's more people using it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Well,
but
my
surely
mom,
there wasn't the coverage.
I think my mom's point was like, there's no way that he would have had cell phone service in the middle of like the ocean
Yeah.
while he was on the boat.
It's
Yeah.
weird, Bex.
Didn't
We
make
actually looked
sense.
this up in the office the other day because I work with boys who like looking up these facts, and genuinely, there was better coverage.
Now, I've spotted a Call the Midwife alumni in one thing I was watching.
Oh, yeah?
Fun.
Rivals. Has anyone watched series 2 of Rivals yet?
Oh, I haven't watched it yet. I'm really looking forward to it. I can't wait. I loved season 1.
But I didn't realise that she was in series 1. Has anybody spotted who was in it?
Who was in it?
I can't remember her name now.
But what character was she in Call the Midwife?
You know, the little midwife that became a nun and then she was attacked.
Cynthia, we
Oh,
did say this last
Cynthia.
time.
I
Oh my
did.
God, yeah, we
Yeah.
talked about it in season 1. Yeah, she's a
Yeah.
very good character.
I didn't pay attention to that because I've only just realised it was her.
Yeah.
Oh, she's so mean on Rivals. She's so
Yeah.
conniving. Yeah. Okay.
Anyway,
So wait,
Arlene
what were we-
Brewer, she has a
Arlene Brewer,
daughter.
yeah. Yes, she has a
So
baby
I
girl.
thought it was like serendipitous that she had a girl. Like obviously she loved her sister, and I was like, oh.
I
And
wonder
then,
if they'll call her Stella after her sister.
well, Dr. Turner gets her crying because at first she wasn't crying. I thought, oh God, they're going to say like the lithium's done something to her. Anyway, that's not true. She was absolutely fine. The baby
Yeah.
seemed fine anyway. But they were like, you have to go to hospital. And Trixie, she was like, there's no rush because she knew that once she got to hospital, she knew she wouldn't be able to keep that baby and they wouldn't keep them together.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which is really sad, honestly.
it is.
It's
And so
really
she
sad.
basically was going back to the Lynchmere, and Trixie was really upset that Arlene was abandoned. Now, there was a really weird scene that happened, but I know now why that scene happened. But a lock of Jonty's hair arrived in the post. Blech, I'd throw it on the floor, like, ugh! Like,
Oh, I know, but you know, people used to love to send
Do you
hair to
remember
each
when
other.
you were at my house and Bob's lost a tooth?
yeah.
And I was like, do you keep them? And you were like, no.
But isn't
Why
it weird?
would
Isn't
you?
it weird to think
when
about?
the tooth fairy takes them anyway, Bex?
But what
That's
do you
true.
do with them? Just flush them.
No, the tooth
Yeah.
fairy takes them.
Yeah,
But
tooth
did,
fairy
but
takes them.
did you ever do?
Actually do.
Bin him.
Just bin them.
You know, what the hell do you want me to do with my child's dead teeth?
Just
I
keep a
don't
jar.
know.
Just keep a
Yeah,
jar
just
going.
keep a little tin of
I
them.
told you about when I went to my grandma's. When my grandma died, we were going through all the stuff at the house, and there was like
Yeah.
this disgusting tin of doom. She's got 7 grandkids. There was like first hair and all teeth in. Blech.
She'd
We
put
were,
she'd mix all your teeth in
no, they
one
had like
tin.
they were all packaged up and stuff. Like Alex's, obviously, they were the most important ones, like golden. The other vagabonds were in there too. Theirs might have been mixed. Um, but yeah, just absolutely disgusting. We were all like, ugh.
Oh, that feels really odd. That feels really odd. I will say, what about locks of hair? Did you ever do like a lock of hair of Bob's from when she was
Yeah,
a
I do
baby
have
or
a lock of
anything?
hair. And do you know what really
That
annoys me? Well, it's from a little mullet when she was first born. I thought, oh. And I took a look of it. And then literally she just keeps touching it or has kept touching it ever since. And it keeps getting thinner and thinner and crap. And it just makes me feel ill. I'm like, don't touch it.
Wait,
is
how
it?
is she touching it?
In my jewelry box.
Oh, you need to
In
put
the
it
drawer
in
thing.
the-
I know, but you got to put it in like an envelope so she can't get at
No,
it.
it is. And she keeps taking it bloody out. And
Oh
I'm
yeah,
like, stop
you gotta
it.
hide it. You gotta hide it from her because
I
she's
think
not
this is
gonna.
on you, not her.
I mean, no, it's definitely. Why would you not let a 2-year-old handle their own hair? So,
A lock of her own hair that you've just kept as a keepsake.
Oh,
Why are
I've
yeah,
you
but
got
giving that
it's
to
a bit
her?
weird. It's a bit
You know,
weird.
I've got to do that with my nephews. Like take a piece of their hair now while they're little, and then put it
And
in
they've got thick hair, so you can
I
get.
know. I could get a good old chunk off of them, and they wouldn't miss it.
Well, I
Yeah.
really feel like we're getting away from the Arlene Brewer storyline here. So,
Oh yeah, Arlene's really in a tough spot, and
yeah,
honestly,
so
I feel
she's
bad
going to
for
go into the
her.
Lynchmere, and Trixie gets this lock of hair from Johnsy. And Trixie, I thought Trixie was a bit stern when she told Arlene that she basically was going to go back to the Lynchmere and not see the baby, not have custody of the baby.
Mm.
But
But
it's just a demeanor.
yeah, I just think she was probably like, there's nothing to be gained from.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Well, it's
That's really tough.
1970.
The
So then,
Lynchmere is not a nice
yeah.
not a nice place, you know.
No. So then she sees the baby and she's like saying sorry to the baby and stuff. And Trixie, it was a nice moment. Trixie was like, don't say sorry, say I love you. And then Trixie got a lock of hair for Arlene off the baby. I think it's probably going to be called Stella, isn't it?
And it was also heartbreaking when Arlene asked if she could hold her own baby.
I know, it really
Mm.
was.
Mm.
But anyway, so they show a scene at the end where she's taken her lithium and she's in the Lynchmere, obviously, but she also has this lock of hair from a baby next to her. And it was just really
Yeah.
sweet. I just thought that's actually really cute because it's kind of giving her hope.
I
You'd
think
like to
it'll.
think. Yeah, you'd like to think. Because I mean, we never know anything about how the baby came to be conceived. So you
Yeah.
kind of got to wonder like what's the situation here? You know what I mean?
But you know what? Stupidly, I did think, the paint man. I thought, oh, is that like dad? And I was like, oh no, she's just being overtly sexual.
Oh no. But yeah, I'm so sorry Arlene was going through all of that. That's really, really tough. She's gonna be, struggling. I felt for her.
Also, big use of set alert for the Mrs. Wallace dry cleaners, by the way.
Yes.
Oh, yes, yes.
Mm.
Yeah. So should we pivot now to the other storylines?
Snooze Fest, Flower Fest.
Yeah, Snooze Fest is right. Sorry. I can't, there's only so much I can care about these kind of storylines. I feel like they do this every other week.
Well,
Yeah.
Violet's going to be retiring as mayor.
Yeah, it's her last 16 days in office. She needs to look sharp.
At the beginning of the episode, that's what she says.
Yeah.
Fred is planting a flower bed to commemorate her time as mayor.
Yeah.
Yep.
As you
Theme
do.
is red.
I'm doing that
There's
tomorrow.
a flower competition, which
Flower
Rosalind
Festival.
said-
Flower Festival.
Flower Festival. Rosalind doesn't think that all of the prominent organisations
Yeah.
of Poplar are represented because the homeless shelter isn't represented.
I mean, they've got so much bloody time, everyone who's at the home shelter to do that. Yeah.
Well,
Loads of money to pump into that rather than pay for food.
Something people who work in homelessness often say is we're just not busy enough. And that's a problem.
I mean, true. True.
So, cut to Rosalind at the homeless shelter.
Well, she's just doing a few extra evenings at the homeless shelter as well. Like, that's what coffee's for. Ha 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 ha. I'm working nights 5 nights a week, and then I'm doing 6 nights a week at the homeless shelter.
Girls,
hang on, that adds
listen.
up to 12. No,
Listen.
I could do it.
Rosalind has a very giving heart, and I know that she's doing it for good reasons, but she is doing that job to be She is doing that job to be right next to her crush of the year, Cyril. She wants to be within a hair's breadth of that man at all times that she is possible to be in front of
I
him.
mean, she's
And
not the
that
only one,
is
is she, Jen?
listen, no shame in the game, okay? I get it. I get it. She's a wise woman, like put yourself in the path of what you want, okay? Make your dreams come true. But yeah, I mean, she is so gunning for that man. Like,
Do you know what though? So when they're in the shelter, her and Cyril are feeding everyone. It's these lovely scenes where she's like, "Oh, here you go,
there's more soup to go
there's
around.
more soup,
Have another.
and here's
Have
the
the
last
last
roll."
biscuit. Has the
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
And then there's a big fight with this guy, and Rosalind's like, "Stop it right now!" They are like being well stern, like she's the most like, and you can
Hard
tell
ass
Cyril's
person that
like,
there is.
"Oh my God, she's." Cyril's like, "This is a new side to her I've unlocked. I've never seen her so fantastic. She's not only is she kind, caring, lovely, and sweet. You think she's so innocent, but no, there is a
She's
tiger that lurks beneath."
yes, a woman of many passions.
Yeah.
But
What was his name?
anyways,
Ted, the man who used to work,
yeah,
the guy who was fighting, who got thrown out of shelter. He used to work
yeah.
in Harrods as a window dresser.
His name's
And
Douglas.
I thought his name was Ted.
Oh, I didn't know what his name was, so you guys were both ahead of me.
Oh my God, why
Do you
am
know
I
what
right?
my
It's Ted.
dream job is?
Being a window dresser for Harrods.
Yes, not in
That's
Harrods.
Oh,
I mean,
where
I
for
do
but
that.
just a window dresser in general.
Yeah, it's the most amazing job.
I mean,
Listen,
you,
Bex,
you could probably do it, Bex.
I was gonna say it's never too late. Why not just
I
go
don't
for
have
it?
any qualifications in visual merchandising.
Well,
That,
I don't think you need
that doesn't
qualifications.
go for it. Listen, no time like the present. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. Like, if you want to pursue it.
Just go to in your town and be like, "Excuse me, I want to help you do this," and they'll be like, "Okay."
Oh yeah, especially if you find like a small shop and you just say, "Listen, like I'd love to pitch in. Like, can I do, yeah, you can definitely find a way to do that."
Do you know what, Bex? You have missed your calling there
Or
because
like,
your mum used to work in one for ages. You could have done that for ages.
yeah, I know, I could have done.
I don't think you've missed your calling. I just think you have to pursue your calling.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what But anyways, Rosalind befriends Ted and she starts to, have these like real heart-to-hearts with him and she's like, "Wow, Ted and I are wait, Douglas, sorry." She's
Hang
like,
on. Why are we taking your word for it?
Because I wrote it down.
So did I. And I wrote Ted.
I don't know what. So anyway, Ted slash
So Douglas, we'll say Douglas.
No, don't side with Alex.
I was just gonna say Ted slash Douglas, whatever. Anyways, the gentleman. She talks to him and she's like, "Oh, we had a heart to heart. He's really gonna do better. He's really gonna change. Like
Well,
now
it
he's
was
gonna,
really sad though. They were saying his wife and child died in a house fire. He lost them both.
Oh, it was sad. It was sad. I listen. I don't want to minimize anything that he's gone through or like why he's in the situation he's in. And listen, honestly, here's what I want to say. The first time I watched this episode, I really felt for Rosalind because I deeply related to those times where, especially when you're starting out in working with folks, where you are really doing your best, you care so much, you are trying so hard, and you really think you're having a positive impact, and you are potentially having a positive impact. You're just not having the kind of positive impact that maybe is going to have the results in terms of what the person is going to follow through on that you wish would happen. And I could see Rosalind. I had a kind of a different perspective this time because it was kind of my second viewing and everything. And I felt I could see a little bit more her naivete kind of coming through. I was like, "Babes, come on, But she is so earnest and she is trying so hard and she just wanted so badly for things to work out. And I think she wanted to have this kind of, like epiphany moment with him.
Yeah,
and
like
then
a breakthrough. And by the way, his name is Ted. I've just Googled it.
Okay. And then
Yes.
okay, let me just finish my point. And then when Cyril comes in,
Did
I felt
he
like
fall out with Douglas?
well, no, he was fighting and he said he was breaking the rules, so that's why he couldn't come back. Oh, maybe you think the other guy was Douglas?
Someone was called Douglas.
Okay. Well, we'll figure it
wasn't
out.
him.
But the thing is, I felt like Cyril kind of showed his experience in this, and I felt more that I related with Cyril in this viewing, because he was just kind of more realistic about, listen, like, I want to help. I know you want to help. We're all here to try to do what's right. We all want to make sure Ted is okay. But ultimately, Ted has to decide what he's going to do. And if Ted isn't going to kind of follow the rules, that's on Ted. And Ted may fall down again. And Ted may, I mean, he just,
yeah, he was
you
more
could tell
pragmatic.
he's been around the block a little bit with
Yeah.
this, and he kind of understands. I mean, and actually, this was kind of an interesting callback because remember when Cyril was first joining the homeless shelter and he was letting the guy in
Yes.
and he was giving him money and all that kind of stuff, and the guy who
Yeah.
ran the homeless shelter was like, "Listen, mate, I get what you're trying to do, but you cannot save
Yeah.
everybody."
He's
It
now
was
the old
almost like,
season one. Yeah.
yes, exactly. And now Rosalind is kind of the new young, yeah. So that was kind of actually a interesting like full circle moment there. So
Yeah. But so then Rosalind finds Hez and tells him, you can help with you can return, but you've got to help with the flower festival. Now, can I just
hmm
say, his design of 2 bottles with flowers coming out of them, Rosalind's reaction to that, this is unbelievable. Where did you get your inspiration? Do you know what, mate? It was absolutely crap. I'm sorry. It looked awful.
Well, yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad, but it was just very basic.
I did like that scene though, Jen. You're right about how, because obviously it did show how Cyril had moved so far on from what, he's obviously more experienced and more seasoned. But like
Yeah.
Rosalind and Cyril had words because he was basically like, you're virtue signaling. And she's like, I'm not. And she was.
And he's like, yeah, actually though you are really like
But
kind
like
of a
Ted
lot.
did let Rosalind down. But
He
then
did. He
but then
did.
she was like, you were right. At least she wasn't like, trying to be all pious and act like it wasn't. But she was like, it was so arrogant and selfish of me, wanting to think I could change it. And
But
I
do you
just wanted to
think
show him that he mattered.
do you think she expected too much of him?
Probably. But at the same
I
time, I think she also maybe was expecting too much of herself. I don't know. I think it was quite a nice scene actually, because she was like, I just wanted to help and give a bit of change. And, it was
mm,
it was all from a good place. It's just that Cyril kind of realized that he might let her down because he's not in a good place. Like he's not in a homeless shelter because he's thriving. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, I mean the thing is as much as anyone can do, the only person that can really change anything about their lives is the person, is
Yeah.
you. And I mean, this is kind of one of the things that, is a real struggle when you're trying to work with people and you're trying to, offer support and resources and potentially, like help them, get to a different place in their life with their behaviors, with their, mentality, with their, kind of actions on a regular basis that, however much you provide, still ultimately, unless it's a mandatory, kind of a thing, no one is going to change and really create lasting change unless they're doing it on their own.
Yeah.
I've just put the episode on with subtitles silently, and
You
the
should
guy
listen to it.
the guy that he was fighting with was called Douglas.
Oh right, so his name's not Douglas.
So
Okay.
someone's name is Douglas.
So
Well,
basically, even though she
I'm
was
glad
pointing out
we
that she was
I'm
wrong, she
glad
feels
we
that
cracked the
station's wrong.
case. I'm
Yeah.
glad we cracked the case.
I already had.
But no, but I wasn't completely wrong.
Can I just say, I'm really glad that I'm trying to make a very deep point here
I liked your point, Jen.
about human nature and everything else, and we're like so stuck on these names. Yes, I
I'm
mean,
not. I finished. I was listening. She was the one
I
watching
wasn't
the episode.
listening. I didn't hear what you were saying.
well, anyways, it was
That's on
fabulous,
you.
and listen to the episode when it gets published because it's gonna blow your freaking
I was
mind.
trying to work out the name. Do you know what got me?
I told
When
you the fucking
what got me was after they broke up the fight, Cyril went off and got extra bread rolls.
Yeah.
And then Ted says, well, the soup will be cold now. Well, don't have a fight in the middle of dinner.
I mean, the thing is, it makes, yes, exactly. But also it makes complete sense that Ted got kicked out. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know any organization where they allow people to be, fighting, carrying on, causing problems
Yeah.
like that, and you can still stay. I mean, fighting
Jen,
is
I
kind
want
of
to talk
rule number
about
one.
a scene in particular to you, and it's Cyril and
Yes.
Rosalind making the flowers, the arrangement, because they were like, "Oh, his fantastic,
Aw.
fantastic design still here of 2 bottles to put some flowers in 2 bottles." We need to try and recreate this, but it'll mean a whole evening in this shelter working together, making it. It'll be hard
We've
work,
got
but we
to
can do
sit
it.
here all night long.
Touching the tension, Jen, when they touched. How much did you want that to be, be honest?
Oh, I know. Well, and you can really tell that Cyril is like, Lucille who? Like when he's in these moments.
Well,
Yeah,
but-
because when he oh, sorry, Bex, you go ahead, you say.
Well, I was going to say, because Rosalind then, I think, she's a bit taken aback when she goes to see Cyril and he's coming out of his flat, just announcing he's going to Jamaica.
Well, and right before that, they're at the flower festival and he's looking admiringly at the little flower arrangements they made, and
Well,
Mrs.
Mrs.
Wallace comes
the
up
big
and it's
liar, who's like, "That is amazing." I mean, it's not, mate. You big liar. Carry on.
yeah, but she's got a deeper message.
Mr.
She's like,
Emile.
she's like, this really nice man that I know. He saw his wife 4 times in 20 years of marriage.
30 years of marriage.
30 years of marriage. And like, if people want to make it work, they can make it work. And like, Cyril is like, go.
I've put Mrs. Wallace, not only you're a liar, You're a cad. That is rubbish advice.
Terrible, terrible. Also, you're guilting this poor man. I mean,
And he
who
missed
was
the
the
flower
one that left?
festival
I
for it. Like,
know.
just go around and look the bloody. It's a. When I say flower festival, it's some flowers showing in a church. It's about three. Do you know what I mean? You can
It's
bloody go and
three
see it.
bouquets sitting on a
Yeah.
table, guys. Come on. We gotta say enough's enough on this one. But that's the thing. So then he like looks all guilty and ashamed and everything. And he's like, he's like, oh, no, no, no. So Rosalind comes out and she walks up to his door and because she's like, hey buddy, like we're gonna go hang out again. And he's
But
got a
also, she does
suitcase.
that awkward thing where she's like, "Are you going somewhere?" When you've got, of course you're going somewhere. You've got a case.
He's got a suitcase. Yeah, where do you think? And he's like, listen, he's like, I gotta go to Jamaica, babes. Like, I'm so sorry, but like Lucille and I. And the thing is, this is why, yeah, I gotta be careful because he was a married man and she knew that he was a married man. And
Yeah.
it's like, where do we think this is gonna go? You know what I mean?
Also,
Like,
that scene where he kissed her on the cheek. Orcs, orcs, orcs.
did you
And then
think
she
it was
croaks.
awkward?
Yeah, I thought it was really awkward. When she croaks, have a nice time and stuff. I know it was supposed to be awkward. It was supposed to show they're both
Yeah.
struggling with it and both struggling with the feelings. But I just thought, why the hell are you kissing a cheek? It's weird, mate. You're married. That's inappropriate.
Yeah,
Well, no.
yeah. I didn't think
It's
it was like
exactly the same as
romantic.
that guy going to a sex worker before because he wasn't even married. In fact, it's worse.
It's kissing on the cheek.
He was married though, Bex, to be fair.
Yeah, no, but kissing Rosalind on the cheek when you're separated is not the same as someone going to a sex worker.
Before you're married.
No.
So I saw Ted went Ted. He didn't. That's a malicious rumor.
You know what was kind of I had remembered the kiss, but I didn't remember it when I was watching the episode. So when I saw him do that, I was like, oh man. Because the thing is, that's when I feel like you can really, really tell that his feelings for her, maybe, I don't think they're the same as her feelings for him, because I think
No.
she's like got a raging crush on him. But I do think that he likes her and feels romantic feelings for her
Yeah.
and kind of is very confused
100%.
and like, I don't know what to do. But then, I mean, he wants to do something to kind of acknowledge it. And obviously a kiss on the cheek is, very like, it's kind of that walks the line kind of a gesture and everything.
It was a long kiss on the cheek.
I know, he like really went for it. But then the thing is that like after it, you could tell she was like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Like I've got to get out of here. This is now like I'm gonna be really tortured until he gets back, and then I don't, you know what I mean? And even when he gets back, I don't know that anything's gonna be resolved because what if he, I mean, it's just like to me, this would be the moment where you're like, girl, you got to get over this man. Like you've got to get over this man because right now he is just completely unavailable. This is like only gonna hurt you. This is only gonna end in tears.
Yeah. Speaking of tears, Mojo completely disregarding Constant Spry's recommendations for.
Also, by the way, Violet just was like, nope, I guess I will be mayor again.
Oh, do you know what? That annoyed me. She's like, so the new mayor, sorry, is supposed to be mayor, but then they found out they got cancer, which is awful. But she's like, I'm exhausted, Fred, and I'm just having to say I haven't got it in me. And Fred's like, no, you need to do it. You're knackered, but you need to stay knackered for another year. You can't stop now. When you get tired, I'll carry it, but you won't know, will you, mate? You won't. You'll be pissing her off and saying really annoying.
You'll be giggling with Reggie.
And then being like, can you make me a bacon sandwich?
Yeah,
and
where's
all
my
that kind of
tea?
stuff. Yeah, exactly. And then like giving away half the shop that she's having to work even harder to make the money back because he's always giving away everything for free.
Now, in the background of this episode, Mojo was struggling to pick flowers because she wanted a theme for Nanata's house and she was in charge of it and blah, 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 right?
What
and
the heck was
I
the
actually
theme,
did
guys?
like her theme. I liked her theme. It was like everyone's favourite flowers from Nanata's house. It was like to represent their team. But my favourite part of this scene
was when they involved Miss Higgins.
Yes.
Of course.
So she's not important enough to be in it. And then they were like, yes, you are. Like, you're a massive part of this medical team. Because she's like, I'm not a medical professional and all this. Now you are. And what flowers did she choose, guys?
Lily of the Valley.
Lily of the Valley.
Lily of the Valley.
Did she choose Lily of the Valley?
She did choose Lily of the Valley.
I don't remember the bouquet very well, to be honest. But
no one cares about that. But the point is, I just thought it was a really cute scene. And also Violet obviously announcing that she was carrying on.
Yeah. Okay. Can I just give a quick shout out? Violet's eye makeup was so bomb. I love the purple eyeshadow on her, and there were a couple of scenes where it looked like she had like a couple of different purples. It just, I don't know, man. I like it's so 60s. It's like what I like about it is I feel like all the younger girls have a kind of a makeup look that they do. Like Nancy's got her kind of psychedelic and like the bright, super like Pepto-Bismol, like really white, like purple chalky, like not purple, like chalky pink lips and everything like that because it's so of the time. But Violet's purple eyeshadow, to see an older woman women, because all the other older women don't really wear makeup. Like I know Miss Higgins has like a little bit of a lippy, and like Phyllis doesn't really wear anything or whatever. But I just love her because she has her hair on point, her face on point, her clothes on point. Like I don't know. I just for some reason that purple eyeshadow
really
was really
noticed what I showed
popping.
you in this episode, and I never noticed stuff like that.
I just loved it. I don't know. I thought it was so cool this week. I don't know.
Yeah.
Her storyline wasn't really that great, but I don't know. The eyeshadow was going for me. So
no, it's true. Should we do heroes and zeros, ladies?
Yeah.
Yes, Bex.
Who's going first?
I'll go. Miss Higgins is my zero. No, she's not. She's my hero.
Hero. Okay.
Miss
We
Higgins
both were so befuddled.
I know. Miss Higgins is my hero just for bossing it on the Miss Marple stakes.
Gonorrhea, yeah. Miss Marple.
You might want to think about the name of that book. That one's not a bestseller, I guess.
It's the most awkward thing to be tracking. Like,
yeah, that is.
Oh my God, the Agatha Christie book, The Gonorrhea Gambit. Miss Marple strikes again.
But she was out there getting people's sexual contacts.
Yeah.
From a factory. Like, that's not easy.
Learning, becoming less judgy with it. Loved it.
Mm-hmm.
My zero is going to be, I think the fact that nobody felt the need to reassure Arlene Brewer that yes, the lithium was experimental. And I know that they couldn't say no, 100% this isn't going to affect the baby, but I don't think there was any appreciation that perhaps we should treat this delicately.
She was just kind of abandoned out of the Lynchmere into nothingness,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And really it was only because she thought it might hurt the baby that she came off the meds. So she thought she was doing the right thing.
Yeah. It was awful.
But it was of the time but that doesn't make it okay.
No. Jen, you or me?
I'll let you go first because I feel like I've been going before you for a few weeks.
My zero is the factory foreman.
Oh, that was going to be mine too. Yep. Good one. Really good one.
It could have been, my zero could have been Mehmet.
Well, my hero is going to be Sheila. I think Sheila did a fantastic job of the trekking as well as part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought she was really good, and they were a brilliant tour de force.
Love it. Oh man, I really haven't thought about this. My zero.
I mean, gonorrhea is quite a good one.
Yeah, really gonorrhea. I want to say gonorrhea, and I also want to say the kind of sad, ambiguous ending that
Arlene had.
Yeah. I because it is really hard, and she was going through a lot, and I didn't love her as a character. I didn't connect with her so much as a character, but at the same time, I had a lot of empathy for her, and I feel like she, she just was in a tough spot. So I don't know.
I just a lot of sympathy.
Yeah, I hope that I mean the gonorrhea thing kind of resolved, and I'm glad, but that was disconcerting. And then I just hope that Arlene's gonna be better. So that's my one. My hero is gonna be, oh man, I don't know. The ladies weren't standing out to me this time. I'm gonna give it to the combined efforts of Cyril and Rosalind because they were kind of showing the layers of, and I'm not gonna talk about the romantic part because that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about they're both trying to do good work, and they're both doing it with different experience, and they're showing different sides of it, and they're showing the complexities of it, and they're trying. You know what?
I look forward to listening back to your views on that storyline.
She was too busy trying to prove a point and then realising she was wrong.
You're going to love it, Bex. You're in for a treat, honestly. You really are.
You are. She is. She actually is, though. But also, I want another shout out to Dr. Turner for the sometimes, lad, when you get lucky, you get unlucky.
Put it on a t-shirt, Dr. Turner.
Put it in the drawer, Sheila. So yeah.
Well, I love how he's like he has this quality of like, we've all been there. And it's like,
we've all contracted gonorrhea at some point.
Yeah. Come on, Mehmet. Let's all admit it. Right. Next time we shall be listening. No, we won't be listening to it. Well,
we'll be talking about it.
Yeah. Next week we will be talking about series 14, episode 3. If you want to watch and listen along, that'd be fantastic. So you know what we're on about.
Yes.
Oh, we might not know what we're on about, but you will. So we'll hope to see you next week. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.